So let's get started on tutorial working model 2D, the software that we're going to use for solution of mechanisms for vehicles and for kinematics, and for can be used also on machines. But in here I have clicked on the working model 2D tutorial, and I have it on the right hand side. It's a PDF document that is on the web page, and you can actually display it this way. And on the left hand side I have the program running, and it has these menus on the left hand side, and of course these icons to do certain things up here. So we'll exercise as we go along. So we are just gonna follow this tutorial in here, and in here it says the first simulation would be to do a dropping block. So in this case you would go and create this, you see here, there you go, more or less like that. And well, see, we can I was thinking we could actually see the let's just take advantage of this to see the object in here. So if you click on run, then obviously nothing too exciting is going to happen, except that it will fall. And you have it here, see, right there. Stop and reset and run. Let's just, if you double click on the icon, you realize that it's not a drawing. It looks like one, but see the menu on the right hand side, this window, it has many properties, and it has, of course, you have on the right hand side, you have the position of this, right here, the initial velocities of it, and then it has the mass properties, and then you have the coefficient of friction in here, static and kinetic friction, and then it has this elastic coefficient known as the coefficient of restitution. Okay, so that's this one, and then density and so on. The point is that it's no longer it's just a drawing, it is a rigid body. All right. Having said that, and seeing that it falls, we are going to create a pendulum in here. It says to make the pendulum, click on the pin join tool, and then click on the upper left hand corner of the rectangle, click on run, and then you'll see. So that is this one right here. This is the going over here. Okay. And then if you run, watch what happens. This no longer is just a falling object, but you have designed a nice pendulum here. So what we're going to do is stop and reset, and we'll continue the tutorial here. So let's go up here. It says adding a velocity vector to this. So we need to find out, for example, what's the velocity of the center of mass of this. So this is not a problem. What you need to do is we need to go and define what the measure is. So you say from the define menu, we click on these vectors. So you go here and then the define menu, vector velocity. Okay, so if we click over here to the define vectors, it says velocity vector. And if you run, now what happens? See? Because the pendulum has no friction, this would oscillate forever and ever. Okay? Unless we stop it, because otherwise it's producing a database with all the calculations. Now it says change the object appearance. Maybe you could double click, it says under the windows, and select appearance, change the fill color and so on. So here you go over here and then you do window appearance, and then you can change it to any color you want. Okay, here we go. The fill color, you can do like this, or put it on the, see, there it is. You can change the appearance, make the center of mass view. You could actually track the center of mass also. Okay. It says graphing the pendulum motion. To graph the pendulum motion, click on the rectangle and under measure select the position and then the rotation graph. So here's the, this is the position measure, and then you pick the rotation graph. So it actually gives you something like this, and then click on run and you'll see what happens. See, I have those numbers because I clicked on that option to say track the center of mass. Maybe I should not have done that. So we don't want to end up with a bunch of figures here that are not relevant. But and here we have, where does it say? I think we did put the measure for this, but there was one that says track the center of mass under the Windows appearance. This is the one we need to turn off. So let's do it again. See, now you have the velocity, how it changes direction. You can see it's on the fly. When you did these problems in E110, it was only in one position, but now we can study with this the position in any position. So we add a spring in here, and the way you do this is reset. You go to the menu here and see if you find a spring here, and then click over here and here. Okay. Okay. So if you, there you go. Let's see how it goes. Run. Okay, you can see how it's oscillating here. And now control the spring constants. It says the control the spring constant, select the spring, then click to define menu, and then select new control, and then select the spring constant. So let's go here, and then under measure, or define, let's get define. New control. Okay, so we have in here, there is the value. What value does he want us to try? Oh, he wants to put a slider in here. Okay, so here we go. Let's go here, select define new control, and the spring constant. Yep, and then you have a slider in here, see? Okay, so that's where you're gonna have the value. You could change it, you know, the spring constant. You can change it on the fly. So even if you go here, let's see, is the week. Okay, there you go. So we have done this, and then in here we'll have a, we wanna put the to import the a body. It says small polygon. It says click on the curve polygon tool, click the workspace, and double click it. So you go over here where it says, I think it's this one. So we go here. Like that, see? Okay, so it's like a cam or so. Create this. We're gonna create a cam follower mechanism, and in here you do, oh sorry, oops. I think we have a little problem in here. I need to select and delete. Okay, here we go. I think we need to move all this. Oh, I think we'll mess up this. Here, what we're gonna do is we'll put this over here. Go and put a Revolute motor here someplace. This is where is the motor in here? Right here. Yeah. And let's see if it runs. Looks like it's too big for it. I would do okay. Let's see what happens. It does interference here. I'm just gonna change the I'm going to change the something is wrong here. Let's go a little closer and put again the motor in there. And then I'm going to use a minus sign over here to do this. And then run. See, it collides with the object. But if you move this, let's see, with the spring, you can see that no longer, see, there you go. See, okay. So this is how you do this mechanism. And you could create this pendulum in here and produce this motion. I think the way it happens in the example, the tutorial is like that. I mean, that is fine, see? Yeah. Everybody okay with it?
Yep.
You can bring objects from DFX files, from AutoCAD or other packages. It says to open a new working model document, you select the file and then you say import DFX, and then you could actually produce another simulation. But this is enough for now.